Welcome everybody to season 5, episode 36 of Oz Media's Motivate Me 313 podcast. And today we have a fun show and an interesting show for you today. Today's topic is actually, as much as fun and interesting it is a serious one at the same time. It's the silent crisis about mental health, abuse, and misogyny in the Muslim community. We mention Muslim community because we don't mention Islam, because in Islam these things are looked down upon if we don't address them. So we mention Muslim community because this is more of like how we grew up, the people we grew up with, more culturally, that we've kind of been dealing with. So it's a real talk. So let me go ahead and introduce the show with let me introduce the people who are here today for this show. Starting off with little big bro Yusuf T on the back with the ones and twos. We appreciate him as always. Our guest for today is Malika Majesty. Go ahead and give her a round of applause, please, and thank you. Appreciate Malika for coming on the show today. And then next to her, we got my sister Abir T. We appreciate her. It's been over like a month, Abir. Queen B. Oh, you want to be called that for today? All right, I'm calling you Queen B. It's over. That's it. Of course, you got myself, Omar T. Looking forward to the show today. Before we even discuss anything, be sure to give us a follow on all of our socials. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok under Oz Media. We are also on Apple and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media, and you can find all those platforms on our website, ozmedia313.com. Shout out to the sponsors of this show: Juice Box, Holy Bowly, Wingfellas, Chill Box, Malika Kebab, Hanley International Academy, The Family Doc, GEE Preparatory Academy, and Royal Kebab. We appreciate them and their support. Yusuf, let's start off with our good friends over there at Hanley International Academy. They just finished their last day of school yesterday. So congratulations, Hanley. Teachers, I hope you enjoy your summers. Of course, I bet as well you enjoy your summer as well. Shout out to Hanley International Academy.
Yusuf,
Let's be honest. If you're looking for the place that has the best K-8 school for your child, then the choice should be easy, and that's Hanley International Academy. Hanley International Academy is a school that treats every student and staff like their own family. It's even in their vision statement, educating your child like our own. The academics there are great. The athletics there are great. Thank you to the staff and administrators at Hanley for educating our leaders of tomorrow. To learn more about Hanley, you can visit their website at hanleyacademy.com or call them at 313-875-8888. Our guest, Malika, how are you? How's everything? Talk to us. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself before we dive into this topic, like what you do for a living and whatever you want to share with the audience?
Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. And what up, though? It's Malika Majesty, aka the Halal Gangster. You already know who it is. So you know me. I'm a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm an herbalist. I'm la curandera de Detroit. And I'm a Muslim woman. I'm a revert to Islam. You might know me from rapping. You might know me from my business, Queen's Rise, where I sell herbal products. You might have had your henna done by me. I have my hand in a lot of pots in the community. I'm everywhere. But yeah, my intention here is to talk about Islam because there are these are deep topics. We said this is going to be a funny episode. It will be, inshallah, but this is a deep topic. These are deep topics and these are real topics. So inshallah, we can just bring light to the community in the way that we need to.
I love that. And Abir, welcome back. It's been like about a month since you've been on the show, and you just finished school. I'm sorry, as a teacher. So how do you feel? Summertime coming up?
I have a week, and then we jump into summer school.
Mm.
We got to make the money, right?
Inshallah.
No, but honestly, it's been a beautiful year, and it was a great time with the kids. I'm gonna miss the 8th graders, but yeah, just gotta keep moving.
Let me ask you this is judging from the brother's perspective. Was this like the least stressful year you've had in teaching?
In different ways. It was still stressful because I was like SETSAC, student council, NJHS. I had the great buzz. Like I had a lot of events, but teaching an elective is way less stressful than teaching an actual subject.
You just started a debate right there. You got a lot of elective teachers.
It's a lot easier. I don't care what anybody says. I did both.
All right. So like we mentioned, today's topic, we're talking about 3 major topics. We got mental health, we got abuse, and we got misogyny. And these are things that obviously Islam, either depending on what you're talking about with not addressing mental health, Islam looks down upon all 3 of these things, right? So when we say silent crisis, What are we actually talking about? Give people the scope that maybe they don't see. We'll start off with you on this one, Malika.
Well, what is a silent crisis? A silent crisis is something that grows underneath the surface that no one knows about. You know, it's a crisis. That means it's detrimental, right? So it's something detrimental that's happening that nobody's talking about. And I think in Islam, people are afraid to talk about these things when that is the Islamic remedy is seeking counsel from someone with more knowledge or a family member. You know, I think people are afraid to talk about these things because they're trying to protect people or it's embarrassing. People are trying to be like, independent or strong. But it's important that people talk about these things. Let me see what I wrote down. Many people don't talk about these things openly because of whatever reason, but I think starting the conversation is the most important thing with respect to people, because also in the Quran it says you don't want to expose people. You don't want to expose people's sins, so it's like there is an Islamic way, and maybe let people be more aware of that. Like, what is the way to talk through these issues? But a silent crisis is it's happening all the time. Everybody's depressed, everybody's going through this, everybody's going through something. It is depression, it is all these things that people feel within themselves. That's what a silent crisis is.
What are your thoughts on that, Abby?
No, she literally hit the nail with the hammer. A silent crisis is anything that people are hiding because their fear of judgment or their fear of hurting someone else or exposing someone else. And it could range with whatever the person is feeling. Because sometimes what I think might be embarrassing might not be what you think is embarrassing, right? So everybody is going through something in their own way. So that silent crisis is whatever they are going through that's actually hindering their day-to-day life. So
do you think there's more silent crisis in the Muslim community than any other community?
No,
I think, yeah, me neither. Yeah, I don't think it limits to a certain community. I just think it depends on the person and what they think they need to be hidden.
I think as Muslim women though, we've seen the issues within the Muslim community. Like, I was in Facebook groups seeing women post every day about they're getting abused by their husbands or their husbands beating on them, cheating on them, whatever the case is. I've seen this every day. I've read women's stories. I've seen women I know in real life getting mistreated and I think I have such a different perspective on this because I'm an American woman. I'm not like this little submissive. Like, you guys know the stereotype of Muslim women. It's like a quiet little meek, like, I'm going to take whatever happens to me and not going to do anything about it. When the women of the Sahabiyat, that's the word in Arabic, they were not like that at all. They were on the battlefield. Like, they were such strong women. We do not need to be so weak and take abuse as Muslim women. That's not what Allah wants from us. Like, an abusive relationship is a haram relationship.
Yeah.
Period.
I think any woman in any race or any background, like if she feels like she has no way out, she will be submissive and she will take a certain abuse, right? A lot of the times as Muslim women, we are more quiet because of like reputation and like, we don't want, or we know that our, some families are big on like, no, you have to spud, it's being patient. And they don't understand the difference of being patient for something that's, haram or something that can change. There's things that you are not supposed to be patient for, and I think that's where the lines are blurred.
So why is this conversation, when we talk about mental health, we talk about abuse, we talk about misogyny, why is this conversation still so difficult to have in Muslim spaces in 2026?
Because men don't want to take accountability.
Yeah.
Is that the main reason why?
Absolutely. Men hate taking accountability. Men hate looking at themselves. Really, when bad things happen to men, it's their fault because they didn't treat the woman right or they didn't do what they were supposed to do as a man. A man has more responsibility. It says that in the Quran. Allah says men have more responsibility than women. Men are more in control. Women, we naturally submit to men. So if a man is not doing his job, if a man is leading a woman astray, anything that happens is his fault. Period.
I really do believe that a relationship, the anchor of the relationship is the man. And a man could either make it or break it. I do believe that there's some toxic women out there in the world too, but more so it's the man, because at the end of the day, he is the leader. He is the provider. He is the protector. He is literally in charge. As a qawam, he is responsible for the mental health of his wife, his kids, the Islam that they're taught. Like, he's a shepherd of his family. So that is on the husband, but there is sometimes some crazy women too. We gotta be honest.
And I'm a crazy woman, and I'm able to say that. Like, not a lot of men could handle me, but I'm talking about other women who are weaker than
Yes,
me.
yes,
A lot of women are
absolutely.
weaker than me. They could
Absolutely.
never have went through what I went through, and a lot of women are very strong. And I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I have a lot of women friends. I've seen women my whole life. Women in general are so much weaker. Like, women are so emotional. And I'm a non-emotional woman compared to most women,
Mhm.
and I'm emotional. So that says a lot. Women are so fragile.
And
And
sometimes men take advantage of their strength
absolutely.
and their status, and especially if their family is the way that, like, if they have a tradition of this kind of behavior or a culture of this behavior, they get away with certain things that they shouldn't be getting away with, and it just like trickles down to even sometimes their kids. That's why I think it's very important that fathers treat their mothers with so much respect, because their son is watching,
Mm.
and then the cycle continues. But there's good people out there, good dads out there too, and we were all for the good dads and the good
We love good
husbands
dads.
and the good men, that know the right way. But there is some really mean men, and that's one thing that I always pray that قهر الرجال, like what's قهر in English?
Character.
No, when somebody qahrs you, like a pain from a man, like
Oh yeah, my baby daddy literally said this yesterday.
yeah.
He was trying to explain it to me.
So
I
like
don't know what it
the
means, though.
physical, mental, emotional pain from a man is very hurtful, whether it's man to man or man to a woman. So there's actually dua
So let me ask you guys this
protect you
question.
from that.
Do you think men will agree with you guys?
No.
I don't know if they're conscious enough to yet.
I was like, they don't like being held accountable. A good men will agree.
Conscious men, but even conscious men have an ego problem. So even good men, they naturally, within the way that Allah created them, they're going to have some pushback to even the truth. There are conscious men out there, but at the end of the day, they're still a man. Women are the conscious ones. We are the ones that Allah chose to anchor souls into this world. Like, we are the ones who are nurturing children. We are the ones who are literally, we have a spiritual purpose more than a man does. Men are very in the physical world. There are spiritual men, there are conscious men. But I think men as a whole, if we're speaking in general, men are going to have more pushback to, like, taking accountability.
So the conversation or the question was about why this conversation is difficult to have in Muslim spaces, and then, if it was a percentage, I would say yeah, maybe men are more responsible for this situation than women. But for the man that says they're only like this because the woman is pushing them that way, what are your thoughts on that situation?
What do you mean by pushing them that way?
Like just
They don't want to let go, or like what's the deal? Like what's the situation right now?
Like, let's say there's friction in the household. Okay, so the friction, obviously the man is reactive to what maybe be occurring in the household.
I just needed you to be more clear. I wanted to know where you're going with this.
I'll give you an example. Like, there's some times where, like, I'm talking to guys, right? They want their wife to be busy because if she's doing nothing at home and just take care of the kids, and let's say the kids are in school, they just like look for things to do that may annoy the man, right? And so now we got a problem brewing where the man is working, the wife is just at home waiting for
She's never just at home. A woman at home is literally like I always say, a successful man has a woman at home that's taking care of business.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's a lot of stress being at home all day too. So they have to understand that that's also a big deal as well. She will need some time for herself. She will need her time. If she's at home all day with the kids and cooking and cleaning, well, it's stressful.
I don't think I've ever sat at the home and said I have nothing to do.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It's usually because maybe he's not giving her attention. Maybe he's not asking her how she's doing. Women need that, So she's not acting that way out of nowhere. She's acting that
it's
way.
2026 though, right? And so the reason why I say that is because everyone's busy now. Everyone's very busy. Obviously, you should do that. In the perfect world, you should always check in every single day, 24/7, right? You should. How are you? How are you feeling? How's everything? Everything's good. But is that going to happen every day? Probably not. I'm not gonna lie to you. Let's be real right now, right? Can we be real for a second? I mean, don't look at me like that. You got the camera on
Is
her?
it that hard to ask your wife how she's doing? Like,
Every single day.
Oh, I get annoyed of that. I'm like, leave me alone.
Okay.
See, I think everyone's different. This is where we're getting into, like, I feel like this isn't very general.
Yeah, so,
this is
right,
very
I'll
situational.
I'll dive out of it. I mean, I'm just trying to start a conversation out of nothing right now. So what does untreated trauma look like 10 to 20 years years down the line in a marriage or in a family or in a person in general? What do you guys, what does it look like?
I mean, I haven't been married for 10 or 20 years, but looking at other people, I think, trauma is deeper than just a situation. Trauma lives in the DNA. So you could have trauma from what your ancestors went through, and that's still coming out. There's a deep healing that needs to happen within people, which Islam is in line with that. Allah in Islam allows us to understand who we are to the purest form, who we are as people. And that goes into like who am I? What's my family history? What's going on? Healing on like a deep spiritual level. So trauma, when it comes to like things that happen in the physical world and our timeline, that can affect the kids. That can affect, the dynamic of the family. If a family breaks apart and their kids have trauma from seeing their parents argue, those kids may become toxic. Like I don't want to like talk about people I know in my personal life, but I've seen this with people who grew up in broken homes where, they take that childhood trauma with them and they project that onto their future spouse, or they project that onto their friends, or they have this mistrust or this untreated trauma because, their parents traumatized them as a kid.
Yeah. What do you think, Abid?
Yeah, generational trauma is known. You can grow up a certain way, and that's all that you know, and you think that's the only, like, that's how it works. People sometimes you say, I don't want to be like my father, I don't want to be like my mother, and then you do things without thinking. You're like, oh my god, now I'm just like my mother or just like my father, because you didn't heal a certain part of you. So it definitely does continue to happen if it's not checked on or regulated or understood or talked through. But at the same time, have you seen that one clip where there's a cup of like, just it could be like soda, right? But you keep adding water. The more water that you keep adding to it, eventually it becomes clear. So it does take time to solve those traumas, but it can happen. But a lot of people don't want to do the work, and they don't want to. So that, what does that look like in down the line is maybe mistrust. Maybe it's also controlling behavior. Maybe it's physical behavior. Maybe it's how you handle conflict. Maybe it's how you handle your money. Like all of these things, how you handle a family dynamic. That can easily be pushed throughout the years and into your future, unless someone steps in and breaks that generational trauma.
How about abuse in Muslim homes? All right. Is it getting worse, or are we just finally calling it out and naming it? What do you guys think?
I would argue that it's getting better, but we're just finally naming it.
Yeah.
It's just finally recognizing, like, what is this? And I think a lot of people get bothered by, like, the buzzwords, like gaslighting, stonewalling. But it's like, we're just finally naming what it is. Like, women back in the day, they was getting, listen, listen. I think it's getting better for women as a whole. I really do. But I think it's just like becoming a little bit more conscious and getting, more of what we deserve, and kind of seeing, okay, what are the patterns that are going on in the home? And it's for women too, because like you said, women can be toxic. Women can be abusive too. I think men just have the upper hand, and that's why it's the biggest problem is the men.
Yeah, I think whoever is codependent more gets kind of like more of the trauma towards them, because like I feel like with women back in the day, they were very codependent with their husbands to lead them, provide for them. They didn't know any way out. Like they needed this person, so they took whatever came with it, right? And with men, sometimes men can be very codependent with their wife. Like they can't see themselves without her, even though she can be very toxic towards them or whatever. So I don't think it's getting better or worse. I think it's the same, but I think now we're finally calling it out. I think people are actually speaking upon it. I think there's actual programs like Access, for instance, that are there helping survivors. And my sister, works in that department. She says like there's men and women, you know what I'm saying, that come and seek support. So I really do believe that codependency has a huge factor to it, and then also nowadays there is support out there, and people can see like, okay, wait, what's going on? I deserve better. Especially with social media. I think social media plays a huge part, because there's times I'm like, oh, that's what that's called. Oh, that's what I'm feeling. Because like there's times where I don't know how to name something. You know what I'm saying?
And it helps you
So-
leave. If you're in that situation,
Absolutely.
it's like it helps you leave. Because as women, I feel like it's so hard for women to leave.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, of course. A woman is not gonna leave unless like she's thought of 1,000,001 reasons to stay, and then it still wasn't it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We're just getting the car started right now. I feel like the engine is starting to warm
Silly.
up. So shout out to these ladies doing a great job on a very not easy topic to discuss. Definitely a somewhat difficult one. Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and let's give a shout out to our next sponsor, the Family Doc Yusuf, and then we'll keep things rolling. Shout out to the Family Doc. The Family Doc. Founded in 2021, the Family Doc Clinic and Urgent Care provides comprehensive primary and urgent care services with a patient-centered approach. Their competitive advantage lies in delivering high-quality, flexible care with same-day appointments and walk-in options. So if you twisted your ankle while playing basketball, go to the Family Doc. Your baby has got a cold and you have no scheduled appointment? Go to the Family Doc. With 3 locations in Dearborn Heights, Hamtramck, and Allen Park, the Family Doc team can take care of you anywhere and anytime. So make sure you stop by the Family Doc, where they strive to make healthcare seamless, stress-free, and accessible when patients require it the most. We're going to keep it rolling. This one is a good one, all right? What are your thoughts on what happens in the home stays in the home? Break that down. Where did it come from? And is it a fair rule? Like, what has it cost us? Like, is it something that you agree with? Is it something you disagree with? Is it depending on circumstance? What you think?
That's a very valid rule. That's very gangster. What happens in the home stays in the home. I'm with it 100%.
Really?
Absolutely.
Fully?
Keep the business in the home unless the business is putting someone's life at risk
Can we give that a
or
round of
children
applause?
at risk.
So me and my sister were just talking about this before the show, and
That's
we said the
exactly
same
what-
thing.
Yeah,
Exactly
yeah,
what we
for
said.
sure. Because you do not need to put people in the business. Even in Islam, you protect. There's a verse in the Quran. I wish I could find it. I was trying to, prepare and have my notes together, but listen, we're just off the dome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But there's literally a verse, and Allah says like protect the reputation of your people. Like protect your people. Like you cover
You're their
their
garment.
sins.
You're their
Yes,
garment.
you cover their sins. You don't go around spreading what happens in the house to other people. That puts other people in your business and your fitna. You don't need that. Someone can get harmed in this situation. A children's life is at risk. That's the type of business that absolutely you need to bring out. You should talk to associates though. Like, if there's a quarrel happening in the family, you go bring a sister or a brother, somebody who's close to both the people, and you resolve it. But you don't put everybody in the business. You don't go to people who have a big mouth either.
Yeah.
They're going to tell everyone the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, IB8, on the other hand, thinks you should tell the world, don't shoot. Son, I'm joking. What are your thoughts?
Listen,
on that?
I really, so this, you might agree with me or not agree with me, but I think that you should not open your mouth to anyone until like it's to the point where either one, somebody's getting hurt, or two, if you're done with the relationship. Like,
Mhm.
you're absolutely done. I don't like the back and forths. I don't like when you keep having issues and going to people and going back and coming back, and like, to me, once that starts happening, there isn't no respect anymore.
And
There
it's
isn't a bond
tired.
anymore.
It's tired.
And nobody, like, even the people that are listening to you, they're not gonna take you serious anymore either. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
because as a woman, it's like then it's like you coming to me every week saying, "Oh, my man did this, my man did that." I hate that man.
Yeah.
Leave him.
Yeah.
Leave him.
And
And
we're
then,
gonna
oh,
tell
we
you.
had a good night, girl. I don't care about that good night. Leave
Right.
that man. Like we
Right.
don't like him, and so that's why it's really hard. Like when you tell your girls about what's going on, or you tell your family, that's when you know you're really done
Yeah.
because you're not protecting that man anymore.
Yes, absolutely. And
Or you might not know it yet, but you are really done.
It
'Cause
just
sometimes
keeps
you don't know
happening.
it.
It's gonna keep happening unless you guys gotta figure it out. Like, if you guys can't figure it out together, maybe you're not supposed to be together. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But like you said, if somebody gets hurt, that's my big like, don't be quiet. Even if you love the man, he's hurting you physically, mentally, emotionally, continuously. He's hurting your kids. That's when you need to,
Absolutely.
fight.
So this is my thoughts on this because I think it's so important to talk about this stuff right here, especially with the younger generation maybe watching this. These people who are getting married so young, and then they think that this is normal, right? They're meeting up with their friends, guys and girls, on the weekends, chilling with their boys, or girls chilling with their girls, and they just start talking about their relationship to everybody,
Mm.
the good and the bad. And there's two big factors or two no-nos in this situation. Number one, you guys mentioned it. It's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to keep quiet. you whatever happens in the home stays in the home, unless we're at that point where you guys are mentioning someone's life is in threat, or you're done with the relationship and you're seeking advice of how to move forward with that situation. Number two is you literally just mentioned this as well. Your friend doesn't see everything. So when you go to them and you tell them the one thing that may have gone wrong, and then you guys cleared it up, your friend is not there at home with you every single day to see that you guys cleared it up. So therefore, the friend is going to hold on to this thing that you just told them, and they're never going to forget about it because that's the last thing you told them about the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why there's dangers to it. So now you got this person walking around thinking that your spouse is a terrible person when really you guys cleared it up already. You know, y'all moved on, but this person didn't. You know, so now anytime they might come back to you and say something, that friend is going to automatically jump to the conclusion like, you need to leave this person, when really they don't know that throughout the last month you guys have had a great relationship. So that's why the dangers of not speaking about to other people. I think this is a new trend where like every new people you hear about this, where like they're so comfortable talking about their relationship with other people. You know, I think like they just have nothing else to talk about. I don't know what it is.
Even the good things, though.
Yeah,
like
even the good things.
even the good things.
You should hide the good things too. In my opinion.
Yeah.
In my
I
opinion.
mean, not all of it. You don't have to be silent about your relationship.
Yeah.
But there's certain
Because
things.
like as women, we do like to just
Yeah, oh, he did this for me.
Yeah,
He just
yeah.
bought me this. Like,
Yeah.
but no, people are really jealous out
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
Like, we're
I-
you know
really
you're
jealous out
trusted.
here.
You know you're trusted few.
Listen, I
Yeah.
personally would, good or bad, I don't think it's
No,
important.
I,
Yeah.
That's my opinion. My opinion, like, because
private life is a happy life.
yeah, I really think that. Like, I think that you should, because like I don't want to be negative, but there are jealous people here. You know,
Absolutely.
the eye is like, you sometimes your intentions is not even to be jealous,
Yeah.
but it just happens, right?
Mhm.
And so therefore, if you can, I know it's normal to have a conversation about what's going on in your life, right? It's hard to just stay quiet about everything, but if you can avoid the conversation, my advice would be to avoid the conversation.
قل أعوذ برب الفلق.
Yeah,
I don't-
شر ما خلق.
exactly.
No.
So
For real, though.
misogyny, all right?
Misogyny.
Are you ready for this? Oh, misogyny, I'm sorry, I'll be hitting the
Okay.
G too hard.
It's okay.
All right. Has it gotten worse in the Muslim community?
Yes and no. I think like the feminine way that men perform misogyny is more rampant because of the internet. Like we have like the Ali Dawa, men like this who like come after women all the time. That's very feminine.
Thank you. I'm happy that you said that.
Yeah, and like just like that, like men who beat down women are not real men. Period.
I agree 100%.
Men, you literally have a job from God, and that's to lift women up and take care of them. So
men who talk about the right things, I respect them.
absolutely, but
know
it's
what I'm
like stay in a man's place. You feel me? Like there's women, we can address other women. Like why the hell is it stuck for the law?
Men don't have listen, men don't have to be manly by putting down women, is my opinion.
And that's
be a
not
man.
manly.
You could be a man by stating the facts of the roles of what men are supposed to be doing, but you do not have to put down other women. I don't think that's manly at all, to me, in my opinion. It's for you to actually record yourself doing it, edit the video, post the video, and then put that out there. To me, is whack. That's my opinion on that. But I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I feel like I interrupted you, Malika. I don't know if you were done with that.
No, I think like misogyny is there's a very like deep dark underbelly of misogyny, and that is human history. If you look at anything that women have been through in history anywhere in the world, it's been rampant unless it's a matriarchal society. Men have done very horrible things to us throughout history. So I think hopefully it is better because like there's more eyes on men now because of the internet. But we've been through a very painful past as women. Men have really done their big one, I fear. So nowadays I think the misogyny is just like talking down on women or seeing us as less than, which is very common. Like men see us as less than or like not as important, or like our opinions don't matter. But back in the day we were like getting mass like
Yeah. Abid, what are your thoughts on the topic?
I mean, she said it herself in history. Definitely, girls were buried alive, right? Before they were even able to start the whole life. But with that being said, it still happens today. We see it all the time. We see it sometimes with even younger, I was talking to you guys earlier. I was like, sometimes a male student, especially when they hit the puberty age, 13, 14, middle school, high school, getting advice from a female teacher or getting discipline from a female teacher is different than getting discipline from a male, presence. And they'll take you know what I'm saying?
It's a respect thing. It's because like men don't respect women.
Yeah, some men. We don't want to.
Some men, no,
Yeah.
some men do respect women,
Yeah.
but that's where like that ego comes in, because it's like men naturally they do have an upper hand. Like you guys are physically stronger than us.
Yeah.
You guys are physically more capable than us. Like we do have things, which is why you guys are placed in a protector position. But it's like men abuse that and they don't protect us. They hurt us with that.
Yes, and that's when
what we're trying to say.
Yeah, and like again, it's not all men. But we've seen it, and history's seen it, and it's more scary when a man does it because he is bigger and stronger, and they have a more of a responsibility in Allah's eyes. We're amana to them. At the end of the day, women are supposed to be taken care of by men. Not put down, not all the
other stuff.
Yeah.
So my opinion is also, I don't want to come off as saying like, I think there are a lot of great men out there, right? There are great men who are standing by what they are supposed to be believing in. But, it's the men out there that feel like they have to comment on every single woman's, whenever I feel like there's men out there that feel like women should not be sharing their opinions.
Yeah.
Especially on certain topics. Like that right there is like, who are you to say that? That's the part where you're like, all right.
So I think sometimes it stems from, them seeing the way they're raised, them seeing their parents or grandparents, like the men in their family that way. But sometimes it could be when they get rejected by a female, and I feel like they get nasty and get, angry. And sometimes it's them believing a woman should be in this certain box and she's not fitting that box. So that's when they get those feelings towards
it's like
that
their
woman.
own internal things that they're projecting onto other people.
Absolutely.
And that's like what negativity is, basically.
Absolutely. And then like the crazy thing is that as women, we love a good man. We sit there when we see a man doing good, we clap for them, and oh my God, they're doing amazing, and we but it's like you rarely see that with men. You know what I'm saying? Where they're literally out there saying that a working woman is great. I don't know. That's just kind of my opinion.
I only keep men around who praise me.
There you go. I mean, alhamdulillah, I have good family and good people around me, and I've never let a man get to that point where he can disrespect me.
Period.
But I've seen it. I see it in the younger generation. Like I teach middle school now, and I'm like starting to see it. And I'm like, oh, I know that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But we gotta fix that, because your job. We're meant to be women, we're women. You guys stay being men, right? And being the leaders the qawwams that you're supposed to be. Let us be the ones that are emotional, and you know what I'm saying?
Men are so emotional, and that's what nobody wants to talk about. Men are so emotional.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Let's hear it.
Sometimes they're more emotional than me. Like, what the heck is going on, bro? Yeah. Y'all be so emotional.
And it's okay for them to have emotions.
Swear to God.
Listen, it's okay for them to have emotions, but
absolutely.
That tit for tat, no, you're the man.
We're just the blow ups. Like, damn.
I was gonna say, like you said, men are like the shepherds, right?
Yeah.
Of the households, but I believe the Muslim women specifically, are like the backbone of the community.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. I feel like
you give her a house, she makes it a home, right?
Okay, keep it going. I feel like you got another one.
There's more.
Right.
I don't want to keep going.
You give her a pot, she makes you food.
There you go.
You give her lemon, she makes lemonade.
Absolutely. Like we're
give
multipliers.
Her a womb, she makes babies.
We're multipliers. Now you give her stress, she gonna stress you more. We're multipliers.
Amen.
We're natural multipliers.
Exactly.
Wallah, you want an angel, then give her heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Opposite.
Men, no. If you want an angel, give her heaven.
Oh, okay.
Like create the environment for her to be herself. If you create a stressful environment for a woman, you're just gonna get that from. Like you said, women are multipliers. I literally think about that all the time. Like we literally, whatever a man feeds us, we will amplify.
Absolutely.
If you feed us stress, if you feed us evil, and like you're always tripping about what we're doing and where we're going. I'll text my homegirl and he'll be like, what man are you texting? What are you talking about? If you are constantly stressing us out and making us feel fear, we're going to project that and we're going to not want to be around you. So if you have a wife, just give her peace.
Yeah, and it's okay to
That's a
be.
clip right
yeah.
here. Women are
Give her
multipliers,
peace.
right? Women are
She's not
multipliers.
texting other men.
Yeah.
All right. So listen, great answers. I love it. I love it. I love it. Wallah, I do. All right. Let's talk about mosques, masjids. Community leaders, boards. Are they doing enough? If not, what's missing? You know, when it comes to I'm talking about when it comes to the topics of mental health, abuse, and misogyny. Are the masjids, and I know masjids are doing better than what they've done in the past, but are they doing enough right now about those topics?
There's always room to grow.
Yeah.
But I think, just having a masjid that people want to come to in the first place is where it starts, because you feel peace when you go to the masjid. There's programs where you come together with people, have events. I'm not going to lie, down south, I feel like, I'm like back and forth from Florida. Those masjids is so different. Like the culture up here, I notice people don't do that. Every Juma, there's food out. Everybody's eating together. It's like
That's
so
down south?
community. Yeah, in Florida,
Oh.
Daytona Beach. Shout out to Daytona. People like every Juma is like everyone's eating together. Port St. Lucie. Shout out to the Treasure Coast. It's like a very community aspect. And here I notice people are kind of like, it's like New York. Like they're like cold. Like people go to Juma. It's not really like, no one really sits down and talks too much. And I don't know, there's also a gap because, it's all Arab people. I'm not an Arab. They think I'm Arab until I open my mouth. But I just noticed that there should be more community, and there is community, but it's like, how are we going to bring other races together? Because it's not just Arab Muslims. I feel like that's the thing that people are really missing, is like integrating like all the races together, bringing more people together, being like, okay, maybe this person isn't Arab, but maybe they could be beneficial to the community, or like, certain things like that. But
I used to have that same feeling because we grew up in Hamtramck, and it's a 2-mile radius city, and we have masajid just for Bengalis, just for Bosnians, just for
Yeah,
Yemenis that are
it's very
this
racially
place, just for
split up.
Yemenis that are that place. But Ummah in Southfield changed my whole perspective, and the
Mashallah.
ICD, honestly. But Ummah more, because when you walk into that masjid, you don't know what race is predominantly there.
Well, that's beautiful. We
Everyone
love a
is
mix.
there.
We love a mixed room. I
Yes.
think that's so important.
Absolutely,
So
and they have
beautiful.
many programs for youth, women, men, teens. I'm telling you, like, they're doing a lot for the community.
Mashallah. And
So
Tibet,
should
Tibet as well. Shout out to Tibet.
yes,
Shout out
yes,
Mista.
yes.
For sure. There's a lot of
So-
people doing amazing things in the community. Mental health wise, though, is like, I don't know. I don't know.
I think a lot of people. I think as a whole, we can do more about mental health.
Yeah, I think it needs to be readily there, because I don't know who to ask for. Like, you got to call and figure it out. No, there should be something like everybody knows, like it's known. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, this is where you go, or this is how you reach out. Because I know the Sheikh does multiple counsel.
And ICD has their own
Yeah.
mental health program there. So, but in general, I feel like I think it starts off with us though, as a community. We're not even ready to talk about it. I think that's what it is. I think that's the problem. I think just in households alone, if there's somebody in your family going through something, one, the person might be not even want to talk to their family about it. But even if they do talk to their family about it, going back to the, what happens in the house stays in the home kind of thing, like they don't even want it to get out. I think it starts with us. I think we are the problem. But
Sometimes it's easier to talk to a stranger
Yeah.
than to your family.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
yeah,
In
I mean, some people just don't want to talk about it.
general.
A lot of people just don't want to talk about it, and I think we're part of the problem on that one too. Well, believe it or not, we're moving into the last third of the show, Yusuf. So we're gonna give our final shout out to our sponsor, and then we're gonna get the last third rolling. So shout out to our good friends over there at Malika Kebab, Yusuf, and then we'll keep it
Ooh,
rolling.
Love that place. So good.
Is it because they're Malik and Malika?
No, their food is so good. That's the first place I liked Arab food ever.
Yeah, we love Malika Kebab as well. Shout out to Malika Kebab.
Very good people.
Malika Kebab has become noted as one of the best Middle Eastern restaurants in the Metro Detroit area. The restaurant has become a popular destination for visitors and is always full of satisfied locals who are proud to invite their guests to taste real Middle Eastern food. With options like shish platters, shawarma plates, shawarma sandwiches, lamb chops, fettush, and tabbouleh salads, you can never go wrong when you choose to eat at Malika Kebab. They currently have 3 locations: West Dearborn, Taylor, and Trenton. Be sure to stop by Malika Kebab to satisfy all of your Middle Eastern cravings. You can also visit them at their website, malikkebab.com.
This is really real. Okay, I'm being really real right now.
Okay.
A lot of people always ask me like, oh, why don't you get, try to get married again, blah, 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 right? And I'm not gonna lie to you, I am afraid of men. I'm afraid of jumping into a whole another relationship with men because of the fact that, one, misogyny, right?
They're terrifying.
And two, they're not comforting anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like I see other situations.
My 3 men are very comforting. Okay. I keep 3 of them. I like a lot of comfort.
Yeah, but no, it's just like I don't know how to explain it to you. So like this, it's huge. It's an issue. It's an issue. So just wanted to throw it out there.
That's it.
I just want to throw it out there that it's
any
a
brothers
scary
out
world.
here. Any brothers out here that can comfort this?
No,
sister.
don't, it's not even.
Hit her up,
it's
man.
just a very scary world out here.
It is.
No, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about because when I mentally think as a brother, like, all right, who would be somebody that'd be good for my sister, right? I'm be honest with you. It's very hard to think of people not because of you, but because of how men move.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
And it's
And
scary.
they're
And
demonic.
I'm gonna be very honest with you.
They're evil.
No,
Well, women
I
are
will
like
not
this
last
too.
long.
I'm just throwing it
Not
out
as
there.
bad. We're not as bad.
Listen to me. I will not last long. I don't have a lot of patience for that type of behavior, and I don't want to have to keep doing the cycle.
Allah will literally bring someone in your life
I'm
who's
just
so
saying.
good for you. It's
I'm
not
just
that
saying,
hard.
in
Men are
general,
plentiful. They're everywhere.
Men need to be better. That's all I'm saying. For
They're
a lot of
sweet,
women,
man.
there's a
You
lot
just
of
have to compromise.
they're sweet men, but are they protectors and providers?
Yes. You
hard.
just gotta.
It's very
Some of them
hard.
just don't look too good.
See,
You gotta be willing to compromise, sister. Every man has a problem. There's a problem with every man. I swear to God.
yeah, you
They
know
might
what?
have a
I'm
lot of
good.
money,
I'm
but they might
straight.
be a hoe. Or, they might be, really not too good looking, but they're a very sweet person. So you gotta pick and choose, girl.
Yeah.
Every man is gonna have a problem. He might be, really good at doing this and that, but he has an aggression issue. Every man has a problem. You just gotta find out what you're willing to deal with and what you're willing to compromise on.
Can we give her a round of applause right here, Malika? That's like the nicest compliment right there.
The realist one. The
realist
realist
one.
too. You're being very honest, and I love that. But
Huh.
what I'm trying to say is, I don't know, sis. Is this not the stress that comes with it? Sometimes I'm just like, I'm happy where I'm at.
I feel like that too, though. Sometimes I'm like, man, I could never have a man again. I could just wait till Jenna.
Yeah.
Inshallah, I'll
Especially
be good.
once my son started driving, and he's gonna start working soon. It's like, oh,
You're gonna have
for-
all the time to yourself. Yeah, it's like, are you even willing to
Yes.
ruin that peace for a man?
Absolutely.
Right,
Absolutely.
I get it.
That's
I
what
do.
I'm trying to say.
So I
was
know
so
we kind of
funny.
left off with mosques and masjids. This kind of goes after
Same
that.
thing.
No, I wanted to jump back for the misogyny part.
Okay. What's one policy or practice every mosque or masjid, or let's just say every community should implement tomorrow when it comes to these difficult topics of mental
Can I
health,
start?
abuse, and misogyny?
They should have
Yeah.
Sufi circles.
Sufi
Explain that more.
circles?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Talk to
Explain
us.
that more.
I think they should have Sufi circles. I think everyone should get together and do their good. I think there should be safe spaces where people can just talk freely, talk amongst themselves. I know that's an overseas thing or like a thing where just one person talks and they listen to them. But I think everybody has something beneficial, especially when it comes to emotional topics. I think people should sit in a circle and talk about their feelings at masjids more.
I think
So then the men don't have to talk about their feelings when they go home. You want them?
Sure, men can talk about their feelings too. Everyone can talk about their feelings in a Sufi circle. It's a safe space.
I was being sarcastic because y'all saying men were too emotional. earlier.
No. See, I hope you don't.
I-
take
I'm-
what
I'm
saying
just
wrong.
All
messing with
people
you
are
guys.
emotional.
Yeah.
Men just take it
We're
out
just
in worse
saying,
ways.
like, when we're fired up, be the calm. You know.
Yeah. So what were you about to say on this question?
I really think that the community needs to be educated on what a good man is, what a good woman is. Like, I think that needs to be taught because I feel like a lot of them think that they are the way that they are is okay, So I think there needs to be a safe space where even men could come in and learn how to be the correct way. Like, I know I was talking to one of my friends and a guy was asking for her daughter. Then I was like, you should ask him, does he know what a qawam is? If he doesn't know how to answer that question, next. I really think that our community does not
That's very
know.
tough, Abid, by the way. If they don't know
Then
one
they
thing.
go back and learn. How is that tough?
I'm just saying next.
If you don't know what this word
No,
means.
not next. So go back and you know what I'm saying? Go back, learn, and come back.
Okay, but you
You're
said
not ready.
next.
So I'm being very, very
Moving on.
You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to say is basically like you should not entertain a young man coming to your daughter or sister or whatever if he does not know how to be a good man. And the Quran specifically
Period.
tells you what the responsibilities of a man and a woman. I think both need to learn.
Yeah.
A lot of these, of course, we want our kids to get married so they could avoid, sins, right? But you get them married to avoid sins and they don't know how to be a good husband or a good wife. It doesn't work.
There are good programs. I went to a really, really good lecture and class thing at Tahweed Center in Farmington Hills. They had like a marriage class, and that
Okay.
was so beneficial. That was when I had got divorced for the first time to my children's father, and I was looking for a husband. And I went to this class, and it was like, these are the things that you should talk about with someone
I have a
when you're
question.
looking for marriage. Like, very good.
Was there more women than men there?
No, it was pretty even.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I went to a class in the ICD, and there was way more women than men. And I went to class.
We outnumber men.
I'm just saying, not a lot of men are willing to do these things.
But we outnumber men. So there's like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 women to 1 man in a lot of places in the world. And that's probably some of the wisdom as why men are allowed to have multiple wives. Because there is literally, we outnumber men. Like,
I just feel like a lot of men don't like going to these programs and lectures.
there are conscious men, sister. There are. Okay, and I hope Allah proves
know
that
there
to you.
is.
I really
There's
do.
some
I
work-
really truly do hope Allah proves that to you, that there are good conscious men. There are sweethearts. Like, there are such good men out here who literally are so selfless and will do everything for you. And I hope Allah proves that to you someday, inshallah.
This is
And I
the
hope you
plot
come
twist.
back.
We didn't
I hope
expect
you come
that.
back.
Yeah.
I hope you come back and you see this clip when you
Listen,
have your
I know.
man and he's
Listen,
sitting
I
next
know
to you
that.
and
I
you're
know.
happy.
Listen,
Inshallah.
I really hope. I hate that this is going this route right
It's
here.
okay.
Listen, I'm not saying that there's not any good men out there. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that men scare me. That's it. That's what I was trying to say
Amen.
earlier. And then what I'm also trying to say is that I just think that more men should learn about what it takes to be a good man. That's it.
Absolutely. We need to see more men in the masjids.
There you
learning.
go. Absolutely.
Amen.
So, what resources actually exist in the area that people don't know about? I mean, I know you kind of touched on a couple of them, Malika, but are there any resources that you would like for people out there to know about them that can help them through some of these tough discussions that we're having right now? Or maybe that you know of, or maybe that you would want to see more of? I know you mentioned Sufi circles.
Yeah, that's it. Really, I think the only medicine you could ever get is when you're alone on the prayer mat talking to Allah. That's the only healing you could ever get in this world. I'm
Clap it up
sorry.
for that one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Wallahi azim.
Allah.
It helps to talk to other people, but the only, like, literally the only healing in this world is praying. Is
Tahajjud is powerful, you guys. Wallah, it is.
tahajjud, anything. Like, I feel like, you know those prayers, like, this is very vulnerable, but you know those prayers where you get down and then it's just like you explode with
Crying,
emotion.
Absolutely.
Like, subhanallah, like, that is healing. That's truly healing your soul. And we don't always have to talk to other people, but I think it can be beneficial to feel like you have a sense of community. Maybe have little events at the masjid. I mean, Tabat did that for me and my sisters for a long time. We were going to Tabat every Monday. It's like a thing for people our age, like Muslims. So a little hangout, and then there's like a little lecture. But mashallah, that was like a place where Muslims can come together in a halal environment. And it's not even about like always talking about mental health, but like we touch on that for sure. They touch on real topics. Shout out to Tariq, shout out to I don't know the other guy's name, but they talked about like very real topics that had to do with us while implementing the Quran. I think just having spaces where people can come together in halal environments is important. That's not just the masjid or just this. It's like
Absolutely.
instead of going to the club or going out, and we live in an American society. This society is literally the issue, period. Like, we have alcohol everywhere. We have like hookers everywhere. We have like haram. We literally live in a haram. Everything in this society is haram. Free mixing, all this stuff. Like, we are not in an Islamic society. So this is a root of a lot of depression, a lot of issues, because there's sin. Sin is the problem. Iblis is the problem. The Muslims are never the problem. The problem is never between me and you. It's always shaitan. We are never the enemies to each other. Shaitan is the enemy to all of us. So if you have an issue with another Muslim, it's not the issue between you guys. You guys have to fight the real enemy.
Can we give a
that
round of
got so
applause?
deep.
That right
That got
here.
so deep.
Yeah.
That got so deep. Sorry, y'all. I'm
I love
so
that.
serious.
No.
I'm so serious.
No, I love that.
That
I
was
said
a
I was
great-
gonna be unserious.
No,
That was a
beautiful.
great response. I mean, you laughed in
Honestly.
between then, so that makes it
Yeah.
somewhat. So
Yeah.
that makes
Yeah.
it balanced.
Fight the devil.
Yeah. Honestly,
True,
that
you're
was.
absolutely right in every aspect.
So I know sidebar. So you're American and you became a revert Muslim, right?
Mm.
Like nothing else, like just straight American, or what's your background?
No, I'm born and raised here, baby. I'm an
Florida?
American woman. Yep, Florida.
Florida. Now that you-
Florida.
now that you
Detroit.
say it,
Yeah, what
you
up,
give me
though?
the Florida vibes.
Yeah, I'm a Florida girl. I grew up there. I grew up feeding alligators marshmallows.
Did you for real?
kayaking with them? Yeah,
Oh,
I
she
love
crazy.
Florida.
They like
on the
marshmallows.
beach. I don't know. I would feed them like the little fruity marshmallows, those mini ones, and
They
I would
like
throw them in their mouths.
They like
I
marshmallows.
mean, I don't know. They would eat them.
I thought that was a thing. We thought
It
that
was
was a thing,
probably
right?
a step up from like the bugs they were eating in the swamp.
Right,
I don't know.
Right.
That
Something
was their,
sweet.
that was their
I thought
snack.
that was a thing. Well, I thought that was a,
Some
you know, how
sweet.
A
I
sweet
didn't-
treat.
You know, hippos eat watermelon. I know that's random, but I just learned that.
Aw,
Yeah.
that's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Abir, what are your thoughts? Are there any programs out there that you'd recommend? I know Umma does a good job with a lot of stuff.
Listen, I love Amma, Thabat, Miftah. They're doing great, but I just wish, like I said, you know, we just learn about the real. Because I really do feel like in every society, they want to ruin society. You ruin the family dynamic.
Mm.
So if the family dynamic is strong, and everybody's doing their role right, the right way, and if there's respect and love and you know mawadda, rahma, right, sakina in the household, and we're raising the next generation of children that also have that same, they see their parents, you know, love each other, respect each other, and be patient with one another, our, you know, the future is bright. But if you want to ruin a society, you ruin that family, and right now it's not looking so good.
Yeah, we need more polygamy.
I like that. Is that polygamy?
That's a whole other topic.
I'm saying I like that to my sister's comment, by the way, for those that are at home. I don't know about the polygamy comment.
I know, I was gonna say, you about to get in
Nah,
trouble.
That's where my mind went.
I'm at-
You
I bet
said
it's answer.
families who get along and like love each other.
I'm just thinking about husband, wife, and kids. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, go ahead. You know what?
Oh
Share
my God,
it.
stop.
No, let her
Stop.
share.
Okay.
Why does she believe we need more polygamy?
She
Go.
said it earlier. There's more women than
Because
men.
y'all are getting cheated on anyway, so you might
Ooh.
as well let your man have another wife. And if you listen, my man can have 3 other wives. He don't even want one. Thank you. So, but I mean, listen, women. I'm gonna be honest with you, okay?
Say it.
Because I'm speaking for the men right now. They want polygamy. They might. I don't know. I don't think all of them know how deep that is and what they're really dipping their toes into.
Yeah, no, because
It's true.
That's a
They
lot.
don't.
That's
They
a
don't
lot.
know.
They
Yeah,
have to be
they have to be
fair.
very
However,
fair.
You know, you should be more open to that idea. Women, you should be more open to the idea of polygamy. I mean, not me, but you.
If there's one thing that you guys want the listeners right now about maybe the topic that we discussed or just anything in general, what would you want them to take away? You know, it could be Muslim listeners, it could be anyone in general. You know, from when it comes to misogyny, to mental health, to abuse, what's one final thing that you want the listeners to know right now? Final comment.
Women are better than you.
Mm.
Women are better than
Women
women?
are better than you. Women are better than you in every way.
That's your final word, final comment?
It's the look down or look up for me.
No, like I just feel like y'all have to start putting some respect on our names.
Yeah.
Like we do so much, and I think we just deserve more respect. Women deserve more in general. If you see this, go out and buy a woman a coffee. If you see a woman carrying something, just help her. Just be a helpful man.
No.
You know, we love helpful men. We love good men. We love helpful men.
Yes.
You know, just be a good, helpful man in general. Help women win. Appreciate women. Compliment women. Don't be weird. Maybe don't compliment random women. But you know, just
Yes,
the
you
women
really
in your
be very
life, your
specific.
mother, your sister, like, you know, just do things for them out the blue. Like pour your love into women because they need it. We pour our love into everybody. Us pouring our love into the world is the reason this world is good. Okay.
You know what I want to say? A man watching this episode is gonna be like,
I don't know whether to love her or hate her.
They hate us, they love us.
Yeah,
They hate us, they love us.
Malika, she talk about polygamy, defending men.
And then she's like, we're better than you.
And
And
then
like,
she
oh,
said-
there's good men.
Yeah, she said this great man with great heart. Like, so a man's gonna be like, God.
I have ADHD or something's
That's
wrong with
funny.
me. Guys, I'm not all the way here. It's okay.
I
Don't be
mean,
mad at me.
final words, final comments in terms of final word in a sense of, you know, what would you want the listeners to take from this whole conversation, I guess?
Women, protect yourselves. I'm
Oh, and-
serious. Protect yourselves. And I know I laughed about it, but take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. Build yourself. You know, if a good man comes your way, I would personally do premarital counseling, because you never know. Because sometimes the love can blind you and make you to agree to some things that you don't want to agree with. So just take your time. Do premarital counseling. Make sure you get to know the person's family as well and how they are, and really get to know them before you jump in and become their wife for the rest of your life. So and if that does end up happening and you are being abused in any way, you can leave. There's programs that are out for you, and then just pray, have God as your center focus, do everything to please Allah, and you'll be okay.
One more thing. Let me be serious. I love you. You are loved. You are strong. Whatever is meant for you will be for you, and Allah will always work everything out in your life. I mean, strong sisters and brothers, you got this.
So before we continue on, I just want to say you'll get a chance to final word.
Oh,
final
pause.
comments.
One more thing.
Yeah.
And heal yourselves, both of you guys, men and women. Heal yourselves before you try to, find healing through someone else.
Okay. So I got a random question for you guys.
Okay.
From Yusuf.
If you were camping, no, it's not from Yusuf.
Oh.
If you were camping, would you rather encounter a random man? Remember, you're camping alone, or a bear?
A bear.
A bear too. I'm not gonna lie to you. A bear.
You don't know, bro. Did y'all see Apex on Netflix?
No.
Absolutely not. Please don't watch it. Please, every Muslim, please don't watch it. Seriously, horrifying, traumatized. But if you already seen it, it's about a man hunting a woman in the wild.
Yeah, I know the movie.
A'udhu billah. A'udhu billah. You never know it. Like, men are so terrifying. You're right.
Yeah,
I second her comment.
So y'all rather deal with the bear than a random?
You don't know what the man is gonna do. At least the bear is gonna leave you alone.
You could throw food at the bear. No. Men, you think you could communicate to a man that wants to do what they want to do regardless?
I could fight a man though. I could fight a man though. Sí, eres mi hermanita. Está bien, está bien. No, we could fight a man.
So you're going back to man? See, you're doing it again.
It depends on what he looks like.
What if he looks like a bear?
If he's ugly, I'd choose the bear. What are you gonna do
I'd rather
for me?
do the bear because you could throw food at the bear and.
So if he's not ugly, you're okay with any final decision that's gonna be made by this man in the camping grounds. All right. So
I just don't think there's anything he could add to my camp.
Okay.
If he wasn't.
So with that said, final word, final comments.
Oh my God, what did y'all get me on here today?
Before we give any final word, I just want to say, again, want to repeat this. Shout out to these ladies. It was more of it's a serious topic. We wanted to have a little bit of fun with it. We want you guys to understand that these discussions are important to have within your circles. I think that's the biggest takeaway. I want you guys to know. Have these conversations within your circles. There's nothing wrong with talking about mental health. Obviously, if there's some kind of abuse happening, you definitely should talk about it. If you feel like that it's to the point where your life is being threatened or any person's life is being threatened. And, misogyny obviously is a topic that I think everybody has till this day. With that said, be sure to follow us. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So you can watch this full episode on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify podcasts under Oz Media. You'll see clips on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok under Oz Media. You can find all those platforms on our website, ozmedia313.com. Shout out to the sponsors, Juice Box, Holy Bowly, Wingfellas, Chillbox, Malika Kebab, Haley International Academy, The Family Doc, GE Preparatory Academy, and Royal Kebab. I know you guys had a final question. Any last final words, final comments? And then Malika, when it comes to you, make sure you mention how people can follow you and support anything that you got going on as well. I be final words and final comments.
Let's protect our family units.
All right. I love that. Malika, how can people follow you? Any final comments? Any final words?
This was so beautiful. Thank you guys for having me on. I love what you're building. I love what you're doing. This is so fab, so amazing. Mashallah.
Appreciate you.
So my name is Malika Majesty at Malika Majesty on Instagram, TikTok. I'm gonna try to start doing. I'm not a social media girl. I'm really a mother, you guys. Like, I'm really mom. But I have a book out, all that stuff.
What is your book called?
It's called When the Crown Falls. It's actually a poetry book I wrote when I was like in kind of not the best situation, not the best marriage. It's deep, sad poetry, but very good poetry. So you can check it out. It's sold out on Amazon, only on Barnes & Noble. When the Crown Falls, Malika Majesty. I do have songs out. I don't know how long that'll be up, but
all right.
No, yeah, you might know me from Real Halal Gangsta.
What made you? I know you said it was kind of like a mistake of how it happened, but what made you go into music?
Oh my God. I was just like, I kept hearing nasheeds, and they were just like, I couldn't really relate to them. I don't speak like Arabi, like, you know, and I really wanted to like, I grew up with the gospel and like Christianity. So we grew up like worshiping God through music and like really being able to feel that. And I don't know, I like wrote a song, took it to the studio. I went with my two best friends and like, it was just like fun and it was a banger. It was so good. It's called Alhamdulillah. But I posted a clip of it and then it like blew up like 1 million views or something. And then every time I would post a clip, it just kept going crazy. So I made like an EP. People really liked that. It's kind of hard though because I was a rapper before I was Muslim. Like I was deep in this life before I was Muslim. I was the IG baddie. I was doing modeling, doing all sorts of stuff before I was Muslim. I deleted my whole social media pages, everything, all my everything. Because women, we know that. We know our beauty, we know our power, and we purposely give that up for the sake of Allah. And that's something I'm trying to do, but I don't know if I all the way want to do the music stuff because I don't, you know, I gave up music before too. So that's not really me. For me, I want to build something beautiful, inshallah. I do care about the herbalism, but right now I'm a mother, man.
Gotcha.
That's
Number
The
one.
most important job in the
Yeah,
world.
that's the
to be honest.
right. You know, I'll be in business in a couple years.
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Malika Majesty on everything.
There you go. Again, season 5, episode 36 of Oz Media's Motivate Me 313 podcast, The Silent Crisis, Mental Health, Abuse, Misogyny in the Muslim Community, a real talk. We had Malika Majesty, my sister Abir T, Omar T, shout out to Yusuf T in the back. We hope that you enjoyed this episode and discussion, and we will see you all next time. Have a great rest of your day.